Good morning. Today we're starting our new tour at the Lions Gate, which is behind me. I hope you remember it from my previous tour where we walked around the ramparts of Jerusalem. We're just starting here. We're going to go in quickly into the old city through Lions Gate and make our way up the road towards the Via DoloRosa. We're just going to be walking by the Stations of the Cross. We won't be going in to visit them, partially because it is early in the morning. We will also do this tour with the Franciscans on Friday afternoon when they stage their procession. Okay, anyway, behind me you can now see the inside of Lions Gate. Let's continue on. Here to my right we have, you can see on the top of the door, it's called the birthplace of the Virgin Mary. According to the Orthodox churches, this is the home of Saint Anne. Saint Anne, of course, being Jesus's mother, grandmother, Mary's mother. And next to it, we have the Catholic site of Saint Anne and Bethsaida. As soon as these cars get by, we can see them. Okay, you can see Bethsaida. And of course, Saint Anne, a Catholic church. Okay, let's continue on to the start of the Via DoloRosa. Okay, I just want to point out that up until this point, this road has been called Lions Gate Road. You can see the sign over here, Lions Gate Road. And in just a moment, the name of the road is going to change. We've arrived now at the Via DoloRosa. It looks to me like the Catholic compound to my left is barely open. Nothing like the smell of gasoline early in the morning. Anyway, here to my left, this little Catholic compound represents the first two stations of the cross, where Jesus is sentenced to death and where Jesus is flogged or whipped by the Roman soldiers. Up here behind me at the top of these stairs is the traditional site where the Via DoloRosa starts inside this Muslim school. It is not open during the regular week for visitors such as ourselves. It is opened up on Friday afternoon when the Franciscan friars stage the procession, which we will be joining. So for the Catholic friars, the Franciscan friars, the Via DoloRosa starts up here. That is station number 1, where Jesus is sentenced to death. And over here to my right, up here on the wall, is station number 2, where tradition says Jesus is flogged or whipped. We have the next two stations here. On the left-hand side, we have station number 3. Jesus falls the first time. And then here next to it is station number 4. Jesus meets his mother. Oh, you can see the little relief of Jesus meeting his mother, the Virgin Mary. Here, behind me, we have station number 5. According to tradition, this is where the Romans take the cross from Jesus and they give it to Simon of Cyrene to carry. This is station number 6, the station of Veronica, where according to tradition, Veronica takes a towel and she wipes Jesus' face with it, and a picture of Jesus appears on the towel.
Hi.
Alan.
Hello, what are you?
Station number 7, Jesus falls a second time, as well as according to tradition. This is where Jesus leaves the city to go outside to his crucifixion. And this, of course, is station number 8, where Jesus says, "Daughters of Jerusalem, don't cry for me." Behind me, we have the next station. This is station number 9. Jesus falls a third time. We have here right behind me the sign for it. And then in the corner, you can see that there's a pillar next to the left of the Coptic Orthodox Patriarch of Jerusalem. The pillar actually represents the actual station, the 9th station. Jesus falls a third time. We're now on the roof of the Holy Sepulchre, and we're going to be making our way to the main entrance of the church, where the last 5 stations are, through 2 wonderful Ethiopian chapels. So come with me. This is the main entrance to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Up at the top of these stairs is the 10th station, where Jesus has his clothes removed before his crucifixion. Follow me inside. Behind me is the 10th station, where Jesus is nailed to the cross. Over here in the center, you can see a statue of the Virgin Mary. This is the 11th station, the 12th station, where, according to tradition, Mary stood and watched Jesus die. Behind me now is the 13th station, where, according to tradition, Jesus dies on the cross. Careful on the stairs. This behind me is not a Station of the Cross, but according to tradition, the stone where these people are kneeling is where Jesus' body was prepared for burial. And then finally behind me, we have the tomb, the 14th Station of the Cross, where Jesus is buried. Okay, thank you for joining me on this very quick visit to the Via DoloRosa. Again, this was just a quick visit. If you are interested in getting a more in-depth tour of the Via DoloRosa, then you can of course contact me for a tour, and of course you can like and subscribe.